There are people who live for thrills, and there are people who do not. When my coworker Tad Kellerman asked if I wanted to go skydiving, I quickly said no. I simply wasn't interested. But I thought, I'll tag along, just to check out the scene. Feel it out a little bit. For you, the audience, of course, not for me. Tad, who's been skydiving over 400 times, also invited fellow employee Kevin Bassarab, who agreed to attempt his first jump.
Always have wanted to. I've always loved roller coasters and kind of adrenaline type things, and this is kind of one of those things I've always said, I'm going to do this at some point in my life, and why not start now?
It's your first jump, you really don't remember all that much. It's such a perception and sensory overload that you can't really put it into any kind of like framework you've ever been in before. It's something that's completely new.
The guys chose Skydive DeLand, just 2 hours south of Jacksonville, for their jumps.
Yeah, it's where people learn to skydive and skydivers become champions. We have a lot of teams come from around the world to train here and get professional coaching from world champion skydivers. And everyone from a first jump student doing a tandem or learning to skydive all the way up to somebody, 10,000 skydives and a world champion. They're all here and the same picnic table. It's really nice.
Over the past 25 years, Skydive DeLand has been one of the premier skydive destinations in the country, having developed the accelerated freefall training program, which is now used the world over. DeLand, Florida is also home to numerous skydiving manufacturers, which have spawned as a result of Skydive DeLand's popularity. And so, 365 days a year, people take the trip of a lifetime to DeLand, Florida. For people like me, who've never had the desire to take such a leap, it's hard to understand why you would even want to. But for Crossman, who's had over 6,000 jumps in his 8-year career, it makes perfect sense.
There is a method to our madness. Once you start to understand the gear and trust your own abilities and believe in yourself, it's a very relaxing, neat sport. We're not people trying to cheat death at all. We're people trying to live our lives. Kevin and I are going to make his first skydive today. Right now he has one perception of what skydiving is, and when we talk to him when we land, he's going to be a different person for sure. The gear's checked and it's in pretty good shape. Good enough, huh? I guess we'll give it a shot. Well, for a tandem skydive, he's really going to go for the ride. He's going to go with a trained instructor. So you come in and you're going to watch a brief video and sign a waiver form. But as far as the training goes, there's really little to no training needed at all. He'll be wearing a harness, which will be hooked to my parachute system at 4 different points. So he's along for the ride. So we'll ride up together like this. We'll be on our knees in the aircraft. I'm going to ask you to take a loose grip. It's not a death grip. He's going to have some brief instruction. Mostly the biggest thing is to put a big smile on. Remember to breathe and have fun. Well, I like our chances, buddy. You ready to go skydive?
Yeah.
Right on. Cool.
See what happens.
10-minute plane ride up to 13,500 feet, and we're out the door. And then Kevin's going to be a new man.
We're almost there. Are you ready?
Ready to go.
All right, man. Next time I see you, it's going to be free fall.
All right.
Let's see what happens. So, yeah.
After about a minute of free fall, we'll deploy the parachute. I'm going to give him a crash course, no pun intended, on how to fly the parachute. We have about 10 minutes to fly around together, and I prefer to take that time to teach people. Even if it's one jump for them, or if they're going to do it again, you might as well take that time to teach them how to fly a parachute and get a concept, because, the freedom of flight is an amazing thing.
And just like that, you jump from a plane, 13,500 feet up in the air, and fall at speeds of 120 miles per hour. But your views stretch as far west as Orlando, and east is the Daytona Beach shoreline. Welcome to DeLand.
Made it. Awesome.
So what do you think?
That was amazing.
What was your last thought before you jumped out?
All the things that he told me to do. Kind of keeping your legs up, arching, just kind of remember the instructions. And you just let him take you out, and just you're looking outside that plane right down, and then there's really no thought. It's just you're out then. You're gone. You're falling toward the earth.
You did okay. I got a little wheezy, but, happens. That's cool. Thanks for coming out, you guys. Appreciate it. And you're next.
Maybe, just maybe, I will. For more information on skydiving in Northeast Florida, check out my blog at jacksonville.com/Amanda. For jacksonville.com, I'm Amanda Warford.